Hello. This time I want to do a talk about history again and about a very complex subject, the Greeks. And especially I will start with, because it's a very complex story, the Greeks, and many people have studied it, and it's a vast and so many details I get lost easy. And try to focus on the origin stories the Greeks told about the gods and the Titan War, more or less, and lots of associations about words, right? So, let's focus on the word Titan. And I have Wikipedia open right there, so I'm looking at that. And oh, well, maybe yeah, there it is. Titan. Browsing Google Maps, I found a place in Morocco. It's called Tetuan. And in Tunisia as well, which is Northern Africa, for the people who don't know geography. Yeah. Tatooine. Yeah, they went and shot Star Wars movies there. So it's kind of famous. Well, why? Well, you have the Atlas Mountains. Atlas was a titan, right? So, Atlas. Okay. He's holding the sky. So he holds the sky, he protects the earth. Yeah, otherwise the sky would crush the earth. And, well, I think there's always remnants about real events in these mythic stories, right? So the Greek Titan War, I think it tells, it's very complex, but it tells stories about one people meeting other people. So the Titans were first, right? So you forget about Atlas. So Titan was first, and the father of the Titans was Uranus. Yeah, he married Gaia. He was, of course, water on water, sky. Yeah, so heaven. He was a heavenly father, and Gaia was the mother earth, right? They had a son. Oh, Cronus, right? So he's the second. And is, of course, Titwan means it's a city name, right? It's also a city name, and it means either ice in the Berber language, it means ice, or water spring. So, maybe it's singular, I don't know, yeah? But water spring would be a nice designation for a city. So, you have sedentary people living in cities, probably doing agriculture. One of these cities, I think this one, was founded by Phoenicians or Phoenicians, and they came from a big town in the Levant, yeah, Beirut, or Lebanon, sorry, the country Lebanon. And this town Sidon, or Sidon, was also referred to in 1100 BC by Egyptians as Jeduna. Okay, so this city founded, I forget about the Greeks, right? I associate back to these peoples that the Greeks met, yeah. So 1200 BC, they came from a city, Sidon, also known as Jeduna. Duna, yeah. Okay, Duna. Well, I'm associating, right? I saw a little town, northern part of Iran, yeah, where the desert begins, the northern desert, yeah. So you have the mountains, where Tehran is situated, and more to the right you have a little town, Jaitun. And I'm thinking about, here it is, Scandinavian, the Aesir, and the giants, Jotun. Jaitun, Jotun. I was thinking like, okay. So, Jeduna, Jaitun, these are city names. And you have Jotun, and you have, in the Germanic languages, you have Tun, or Ton, meaning, or Dun, London, Lucht, Dunham, yeah. It means town, or hill, I was told. So, Troy. This is the time of Troy, by the way, when Troy was destroyed, more or less. Yeah. These Phoenicians spread all over the Mediterranean and founded their empire, trade empire. They were very skilled seafarers, right? Well, so these people, seafaring, trading, and agriculture, city life, yeah. There is somehow a connection between the peoples who, they were 2000 BC, I'm thinking they were already in the Middle East. And this name, Jotun, Jaitun, like giants. You have frost giants and rock giants. And yeah, I think it's also meaning rock. I was told it means rock as well, because of the rocky place it was built on, if I'm correct. Well, as you already can tell, it's hard. It's complicated and my mind darts all over the place. Well, back to the Titans. Giants, by the way. So the giants from the Scandinavian mythology and the giants here, there's a connection. Maybe the city people were big, I don't know, from the good food they had, yeah. You grow tall and you have good food. Well, Cronus, he castrated this guy, and he got castrated and cut into pieces as well by Zeus. Yeah, or Deus, and he had a lightning bolt. It's basically Thor all over, but Zeus castrating this guy. He was sedentary as well. He had a sickle given by his mother to castrate this guy. Yeah, and this is a agricultural instrument. So these raven people were probably sedentary or had become sedentary. So yeah, these could be remnants of the, well, not exactly these guys, but some mix up. Yeah, some mix. These were fresh fighting peoples. Well, the Greeks, they said that Atlas and the Atlas Mountains were there, and that Atlantis, this mythical country which is below the waves, was across the pillars of Hercules. Yeah, you have the Gibraltar and the Atlas Mountains, and this is Africa, and this is Spain. So the pillars of Hercules and Atlantis was there. Well, Atlas, Atlantis, Athena, and you have the word athlete. Yeah, and athlete means contest. And they won the prize. When the winning athlete would win the prize, and when you run the marathon, you would probably win the prize of having intercourse or be married to a high priestess. Yeah, because this is like the old god of vegetation that has to die and get sacrificed by the new god, and in his turn by the new god and the new god. It's the second part of this story is not the meeting of peoples in real time, yeah, becoming myth, but it's also intermixed with the story of the vegetation god who rises, yeah, and declines, yeah, and dies. And they had this ritual of killing these priests, yeah, by the Furies, or these crazed women high on probably toxic mushrooms and all kinds of chemicals, and ritually slaying the, thank God, the drugged representative of the vegetation god, yeah, and eating his flesh, stuff like that. It's well, back to a connection between Moroccans, Mediterranean peoples, Atlas, the mountains, yeah. Athena, in her name, by the way, is, this means victory or contest. Athana, yeah, is just no more or less than the heavenly queen or heavenly goddess in her fighting aspect, yeah, like Ishtar. It's no different. Atlantis could mean Atlanti with an L to pronounce it a bit better, yeah. It could designate the country of no fighting, the peaceful country, Atlantis, yeah. Wherever it laid, yeah, wherever it was, it's the country of no contest, peaceful. So, to tie it together, let's say there were peaceful, sedentary peoples living in cities. And either they were cyclopses, yeah, they had round eyes. So a cyclops doesn't mean you have one eye. Cyclops literally means round eye. It could mean spiritually that you have circular thinking. You think about cycles. Literally, you could have this, these Egyptian people, and also these Hindu people who have the cow horn on their forehead with this circle. Yeah, Hindu, peaceful, sedentary life, and Egypt, peaceful, more or less. Well, supposed to be peaceful, and city life, yeah, agriculture. So this could mean Cyclops, the round eye, Cyclops, who were titans as well. Yeah. And the one-eyed Cyclops, if you have one eye, it could mean you squeeze one eye tight when you shoot your bow. So it could also mean, yeah, archers, one-eyed archers. Yeah, just like these horse boys. Yep. Sagittarius. Yeah. Uppa. With his tail. Who were, of course, horse riding archers. No more, no less. Sagittarius. It's just and I read, I can't find it, but I read that the Romans, I think Carthago, one of the Phoenician cities founded in northern Africa, I think it was Sagitta, called by the Romans, if I'm correct, but I open and close so many times that, well, that would be the reference to archery, which was, if I'm correct, invented by the northern African peoples, the Hatufians, 10,000 BC. Something like that. You have rock carvings of the first bows there. Yeah, it's quite a recent invention, the bow. So, all this stuff about Athena, Atlantis, Uranus. I said some things about Anatolia, remember? And not being happy with the name that Wikipedia gives, the translation of the names. They say that Anatolia comes from the direction where the sun rises, from Anatello, rise up. When I read the dictionary, Proto-Indo-European dictionary, you have to bear, to carry. But in Dutch it's tille, tello. So Anatello means the lifting of Ana, the sky. Yeah. So the rising of the sun. Yes, that's correct. But that's what it might mean. Yeah. So they were right and not exactly right. Um, they say here about designation of the East that in Aramic language, Aramaic, yeah, it's Semitic language from the Middle East, from the Levant. Yeah, that Dana means to rise, to shine. Dana, Dana, Danu, De, Ana, sky goddess. So the people of the goddess Danu, I refer to, they came from also from Greece. The Greece, Greek people were called Danois, if I'm correct. Yeah. Either it came to Semitic or it's Semitic. Yeah. So this whole goddess Dana, it's definitely Middle Eastern. Who was first? I'm not sure, but it's everywhere. This talk about Northern Africa, the Titans and the Greeks, meeting each other. If you watch Google Maps, you have a city in Morocco. Well, far to the left, you have a city. It's called, where it is, Essaouira. If I'm Essaouira, you have Assa or As in many city names in Northern Africa and Morocco. So you have a city called, I write it down in green here, Essaouira. Yeah. Flowing water again. So either it came there by peoples or it's just a very ancient, widespread designation for water, and we are talking about some root word that many humans out of Africa and some inside Africa use for water. So we look back in time a lot. And sidetrack, when I read about the Berber people, who were the indigenous Moroccan people before the Arab Muslim conquest, they lived there, and genetically they share a lot with the people from northern Norway, the Sami, and the Finns as well, if I'm correct. So the Sami people, oh my god, the Sami people are kind of blonde, yeah? Now. They're blonde now, but maybe they weren't blonde always. But they say that during the Ice Age, when the Ice Age came, people fled Europe and went to spend this big winter in northern Africa. And when it got warmer, people went up north again. So, well, about the Greeks, there's more to be said about the Greeks. Hellenic. Yeah, you have three groups: Ionians, Dorians, and barbaric. Yeah, and Achaeans, yeah. I already said that Achaeans could mean could be related to Achaemenid Empire, the Persians, and it could be related to Akkadian. Yeah. The Dorians. Well, I don't know if you can make Thorians of it. I'm not sure. Probably not. Yeah. Ionians. I haven't thought about that. Yeah. But Hellenic, that's nice. Because these Russian guys, Sergei Filoviev, I'm not sure. He said that, well, there's a relation between Ilion, Helios, the sun god, Ilion, the ancient name for Troy, is the goddess Helen of Troy, yeah. But also hielo in Spanish, or gelato in Italian means ice, and Helios or Ilion means bright. And if ice and bright are connected, it's snow. Yeah. So this refers to the northern root country, the Heimat, yeah, the Indo-European background, the northern background of these peoples. They come from the north, where it's snowy, cold, and lots of white. And in the Iranian Avesta, they say that they come from the best country in the world. That's their words, right? And there's 10 times of each year. There's 10 months of winter, but still, I think it's the best country to live in. Yeah, and it's a remembrance of Iranian peoples, and it's kind of warm in Iran, right? In Persia. In winter it's cold in the mountains, but in summer it's warm. But they remember a time when there's 10 months of winter. Yeah. And if you look at this, Helen, Ilion, and they have it's stated that when these Arab tradesmen came and they traded with well, not the Russians, but these northern people, right? Or the Russians. They said that they were surprised that they liked Elias, the prophet. The name Elias and Helios, yeah, it's very similar. Maybe they connected in real designation, I'm not sure. But the northern peoples, they liked Elias the prophet because it reminded them or made them think about their veneration of the sun god Helios. Well, if you browse Google Maps and you look at these areas in Siberia, right, where people could have come from, these northern people. Yeah, so now I go from the Greeks, Titan War, I go to the roots of the Greeks. They say that Greek language and the Greek came from the Black Sea around the coast. They walk on the left side of the Black Sea through Ukraine, so all the way to Greece, right? And they were very early split of the Indo-European home group, yeah? So you have the Black Sea, and here is Greece, yeah, with the Mediterranean. Here's the Ukraine, here's the Ural Mountains, and the Caspian Sea, if I'm correct. Here, and the Greeks, they went like this, and of course, also like that, yeah, and also like that. But the first came here. Land or sea, because the Greeks, yeah, Greece, they loved the coast here, Caucasus Mountains, Colchis, and you have also the Colchian Ethiopians. There was a connection between these two. Dark-skinned, they live here, dark-skinned people here, Caucasus Mountains. Well, there's a connection because Odysseus, Odessa here, Odysseus the Argonaut, the Greeks here, and Bactria and Fergana Valley. Yeah, here, Bactria. Greece as well, Alexander the Great. But this is recent history. I'd like to think about ancient history. So the root, where do the Indo-European people come from? They say Ural Mountains. Below the Ural Mountains, on the steppe there, yeah? If I'm correct, let's say terrain. Yeah. They say north of the Black Sea, but that's quite recent. Ural Mountains could be, and I've been thinking about well, even further back, yeah, because all people came from somewhere, and people met other people and mixed. And there's a river in Russia, quite eastern Siberian, it's called, if I'm correct, Lena, the Lena River, okay? And the Lena River originates at Lake Baikal, or close to Lake Baikal. And Lake Baikal is on the north of Mongolia. So north of Mongolia there's Lake Baikal with the Lena River. If that's a remnant of so Lena River, hey Lena, it could be that if you look at the findings of caves, of people in caves close to Lake Baikal, you have findings of people a bit lower than that. This Taklamakan Desert with mummies, blondish, reddish, and well, you have if you go further back, you come across something very interesting. The ancient North Eurasians. Well, so I jump from Greece all the way to something interesting. because all my history talk is supposed to tie people together and to search for roots, ancient roots, something which we all share. So I don't like about stressing the fact that we are all different. I like humans to unite because we're in this together. We're on this planet together and we're going to experience shit and happiness together. So I prefer us to strive for togetherness and cooperation and nice trade with each other and stuff like that. So I'm looking for roots. Maybe that's something for another film, but I ended with ancient northern Eurasians. It's very broad in designation. It's old, they don't walk this planet in pure form. They've mixed, yeah. So they still walk this planet in mixed form. Northern, okay, they were northern. Eurasians, they were everywhere on the Eurasian continent. And these people mixed to many other peoples, and there's very interesting stuff going on here. Let's talk about that in another film. Thank you for watching my darting all over the place about the Greeks and the Titan War. And some things on the side. Yep.